All right.
Okay, so now we're just going to do the feedback for the empathy call today, which was on the topic of the relationship of empathy, laws, police, prisons, and punishment. And so we could just go around and we have about 10 minutes. So that's, more than 2 minutes a person. And so if you want to share like what you liked about this today, anything that could be improved, and if you have any final thoughts. Do you want to go first, Spencer, since you were kind of wanting to share something?
Um, no, because I don't really know how this goes, so I'll just go.
Okay. Do you want to go first then, Evan?
Yeah, sure. Um, I'm glad that there was some stuff that stimulated all of us, it seemed, and that seems to always be the way it goes. We always come across some exciting, juicy stuff. Yeah, I don't really have any other final thoughts, so thanks for doing this, everyone.
Okay, Bill? You're mute. Okay.
Yeah, got it. All right. Okay. As always, yeah, I'm stimulated, and I find that my world is richer by listening to other people, and I want to also express appreciation that Megan talked about in the slower process, so that yeah, we're slowing down so we can hear each other, and then underlying that is a commitment to each other, to listen to each other and that common humanity. And I really appreciate it from everyone who participated here.
All right. Thank you. Um, I guess I'll go. So you can see another example. I really like the circle today. I'm really glad that you showed up, Spencer, because it did help us have some different. I mean, I think we all have differences in our perspectives, but that helped us have, I think, more stuff to work with. And I'm really like I liked what Evan was saying. Like even if I don't necessarily agree with the exact strategy or think that's the best strategy, I was just really excited to hear Evan name like the specific. Oh, this is like a primary difference in like a more liberal versus conservative worldview, and it keeps coming up. And what is a way out of this trap? So that it's what's a way out of this trap and of this like dichotomy. And I really like that, and I think that's one of the most exciting things about these circles is to kind of try to get to what are the core sort of issues and then what are some like possible solutions for them. Um, as far as what could be improved, I'm still kind of wrestling with like what's the right balance between, like I was saying, emphasis on I agree with you on this just to kind of foster goodwill and make sure people know that there is that goodwill. And then also getting into like the sort of meat of like what are the disagreements. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So if you'd like to go, Spencer, and just and share. And yeah, you're welcome to share like how it was for you and if there's any things that could be better. And if you wanted to share like one last thought on the topic as well, people often do that as well during the checkout.
Um, I enjoyed the call today. Um, a lot of the anxiousness I felt in the beginning and maybe later on uh, when some disagreement sparked was like a fear that as an anarcho-capitalist, I would be misunderstood, or like I often feel a fear of being prejudged just because like capitalism contains like a negative connotation generally, I find. And so like I appreciate being listened to and reflected back, and I felt a lot of relief when Bill mentioned an appreciation for I guess sensing like there's compassion coming from my side as well, and like a lot of different valid perspectives there. Um, and I wouldn't say there's something to improve or not, but I do also agree. Like I struggled a lot with the balance between finding the agreements versus pointing out and debating the disagreements. And as just one final point, I would say, like as like Marshall Rosenberg would say, don't do anything that isn't play, and that is essentially one little way to boil down my perspective is like taxes and regulations and things are impositions on people, and people naturally want to be compassionate and naturally like don't want to poison their customers and so on and so forth. And so like they will do it out of a need to please the people in their communities and their customers. And I find that like creating these impositions on people through the state is both fosters like resentment and is also like an unethical approach. So, that's all.
All right, thank you. I guess we are kind of ending a little earlier than 12, but I wanted to make sure we had enough time for the checkout. But that's good to know that I think, yeah, with 4 people, you can even give less than 10 minutes. Well, we have the calls every Saturday at 10, and there's open invitation to get other calls started, I think, and trainings. We're in the middle of one right now, facilitator training for people who want more support in like how to facilitate these. So we hope you come back, everyone. We've all been, the other 3 of us have been doing it for a while.
Agreed.
Anything else that anyone wants to say, or should we all go ahead and sign off?
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
thank you.
See ya.
See you.